Thank you to my channel sponsor Into the AM. As a company that believes hard work and a great product is a proper way to conduct business, I am delighted to have them as part of the channel. They have some of the coolest graphic t-shirts around and an absolute best fit and feel that has continually exceeded my expectations. With new shirts arriving all the time and other products like boxers, hats, and even a monthly shirt club, I wholeheartedly recommend them to you. Check out the link in my description of this video for an exclusive 10% off everything they sell. What's up, Rockstars? Welcome to my unboxing of Forest of Radgost. This was my absolute favorite prototype of recent time, really. I mean, and really maybe even of all time. It had so much charm. The game was actually a lot of fun too. It was even educational. I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm super excited to see the final deal. Plus, I believe it has minis. Join the quest to save the missing village children and rediscover a forgotten mythical past in the Forest of Radgost. Yeah, so essentially these two jerk kids got lost, and you have to go find them. And so you're going through this forest, and it has all this like Slavic like monsters in it and stuff like that, and just really cool different situations that you can kind of get into. Definitely interesting. As noted, this is what I am poking at things with today because I have lost my little pokey stick, so please forgive me on that. It's a little hand drill for miniatures. I use it to like either pin them together, especially metal ones, but then also it can be helpful to magnetize. You can put a little hole where you can put a magnet in. Or drilling out barrels of guns and stuff like that. All sorts of stuff you can do. Alright, plastic-wise, this is actually really quite thick plastic. Like, really actually kind of impressed by that. It's actually really good. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look. Nice green color. Very, you know, this is interesting. This is probably one of the most unique backs to a game I have seen. Because it doesn't show like the minis or the game or really anything. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Which is because most of the time they do. The front art cover I always actually do enjoy, though. Maybe because of the footprints. Because it's like it like turns into something else, right? It's like, what the heck? You're not used to footprints like really doing that. At least I'm not. All right, fairly easy to open. Had it easier, though. It's had worse. All right, right off the bat, we got a few little tokens here. Let's go ahead and... oh, they're like in there. Okay, that being said, not too bad when it comes to the tab, though it's definitely there. They are like not perfect circles, right? They're like the band. Or not like the band, I guess. But no, they have like little, like they're rough cut. On purpose. Yeah, those tags are definitely holding on. So they'll do that. Go ahead and punch it in from the other side like a monster. Okay. Looks like that went fine. So that's good. And yeah, I would say they're very squishy. So yeah, I hopefully that means it'll kind of last pretty good. Oh yeah, this isn't like really rubbing at all. This is actually quite nice. Yeah, cool. I dig it. Looks good. All right, then we have some extremely colorful little tokens here. I don't know if these are going to be standees or what. So I guess we will see. But my goodness, the like art on these are incredible. Love it. I remember seeing like the drawing of this. I was like, oh man, I didn't realize they were going to be in color. I don't know why that amazes me, but it does. So here are the, come on. Yeah, it's like they're really stuck in there. Here are the two lost children, and it'll actually say their names. So on the back here, you'll see all the different names of the different stuff. And then it looks like numbers for those guys. And I mean, like, you can see how bendy this is. Like, it's very bendy cardboard. I don't know what else to say. Yep, here's the standee holders. I'm not going to show those up. You guys know how those look. You guys know what's going on with that. Try and stay slightly organized. Maybe, at least for now. Okay. Got the game board. Let's go ahead and just get that over with. Maybe we'll keep it on there and just unbox the rest of it on there. Maybe kind of fun. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That's freaking sweet. Look at this one. I dig it. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, what does this say on the back? Oh, see, now I gotta really I gotta get the whole thing out here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. I'm gonna run out of room. The big map. I remember it was bigger than Prototype too. And yeah, it is. It's big. I'll try not to hit the mic. Okay. Whew. Box a little bit more. Okay. Well, that's part of it. Looks cool though, for sure. Let's go ahead. Flip it to its other side. Maybe. I'm hitting lights. I'm hitting microphones. Alright, we're gonna do this then. There we go. Whoa. Wow, this is a big map. Okay. This onto here. Woo! Alright, look at that. Got ourselves a map, guys. Good for us. Get it all there on the screen. There you are. Move this over here. Alright. Wow. So, looks like it'll hold fairly flat. This table isn't necessarily the best when it comes to that, because it does have a little like middle thing that's a little bit raised, but no, this looks good. As you can see though, it is quite big. I mean, you're gonna put this and kind of move all the way around. When we played, other people had to move your kind of character, but you know, you got like the fairy ring up there. You can't quite see in the camera, but all kinds of different areas like this. I remember this house was an interesting spot, and there's a few like landmark areas. And then there are some other things that you're just kind of moving around and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's actually really cool to kind of play on that. But I love the art style. That I do like. Let's see how consistent that is kind of throughout everything else. So, next we got these. Now let's see. One of the reasons, or I guess the reason I like the Prototype so much was actually just the charm of it all. It's a very charming game. Okay, so looks like you have a bag customized for each of the characters that you can play. So that's cool. And this bag looks like, oh, look at that. Okay, I remember this. So this is like where you would hold your stuff. Back capacity 7 places for cards, and a little bit of number spaces for cards from other decks. Now, this is cool. However, this is not laying flat like at all. Interesting enough, though, it looks like you slot cards into there, because it's like they're, I don't know if you do or not. It almost seems like you do. Oh yeah, I think you can. Here, if I was to tear that open, I think you can just, yep, put cards right in there. That's cool. I dig that. I dig that. Okay, so if that means you could even hold it like this if you wanted, and it'd be slotted in there. Okay, very cool. I dig that. Very nice. And I believe it's that way because I think they'll have different ones, but perhaps not. I can't quite remember if anybody has less than 7. Maybe that's just a reminder. That's what I'm going to guess. Okay. There's your bags. Oh, look at that, a rulebook. Okay, that looks like I grabbed some extra stuff. We'll look at that in a second. Rulebook. Well, I like the look of it, and I like the size of it. Very much, I actually like the size of it. Feels nice. This is a little dark, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Let's check the back. Okay, we got some special things, game design, note, an appendix. Do we have an index? Some information about them. Does not look like we have an index, so that is unfortunate. Would have very much liked to see an index. Let's go ahead and dive in, though, shall we? It's also not exactly the most easy open. Our golden rule. Probably just have fun. Should we share a story, not winning or losing? Yes, correct. That's exactly how I played it, too. It's very obvious. This is not a game you're trying to, like, min-max or anything like that. You're just, you're just trying to have fun. Force Arous's Guide for Parents. What reviewers said. The narrative content, Dimitri's choice, talking points, game mechanics, roleplay. How a mom and son met in the forest and settled their dispute. I will definitely take a look at that. That's interesting. Story, character, dice. Yeah, okay. Game components. So I would have appreciated. I typically like seeing the picture of the component along with the thing, and it's like 21 tokens. It's like, well, okay. I mean, what kind of tokens are we talking about here? A little introduction here when it comes to that. 1 to 7 players. This actually does play quite a few, which is awesome. Setup. That's good. It looks like it has a whole bunch of different things you can do there, like the little numbered portions and stuff like that. Objective, player turns, grouping, day phase, night phase. Looks like for the most part it's just text. There's not a whole lot of like examples that I can see. It's also not the most complex game either. I never had an issue playing it when we were playing it from the prototype. Mini expansions, rules, and stories. Oh, that's interesting. What is this? Fascinating. Same as basic game with the following exceptions. So like you read it and then like you set up a different way to play it. Very nice. Story starter dice set. Wow, there's a lot here. Example used in the story starter dice set. Guide for Parents. What reviewers said. Before we begin with our own in-house experience, we just wanted to mention that you can also get an outside perspective on this. Oh, look, I'm in here. Ah! Undead Viking King of Average both played this game with their children of various ages and discussed it in their reviews and comments below. And to get a sense of the type of stories you will encounter, Board Games with Couple, in their written review, retold a story episode weaved from playing the game. On our site, you can find links to all the above review content. Very interesting. Well, that's cool. I dig that. Yeah, I remember that because there was some that like it was interesting. Oh, right here. Wait, is this? Yeah, our youngest tester was 7-year-old girl. Most of them were 9 to 12. Yeah. I mean, it's fine, guys. It just depends on I don't know. Cool. Guess I'm not gonna get into all that. Okay, that's cool though. I dig that. Okay. Well, anyway, and then look on the end. There's an appendix. Oh, see, this is almost what I thought of, like, pronunciation. Oh, geez, I could use the help on that. I would have liked to almost see this as the at the start, right? The game components. A little story on each character. That's fun. I remember my kids wanted me to read all of these, right? Every player that we were playing with. Who are they, right? That's really important. These are the different locations: watermill, different fields, crushed boat remains, fairy ring. Like I said, cool. All right, looks like we got some overlay cards. That's kind of neat too. All right, now it looks to me like this got bent. It did. That is unfortunate, sadly. It would have been nice to probably bound these together somewhere. Often it can help if it's underneath this. If these are like bagged, sometimes you can just get them like bagged together, just so they're not like sliding around too much. Because I think what happened is it got hit something kind of like this, right? Or like this. It's probably more like how it got hit. Okay, but there are at least 2 of those. And now, where did these even come from? Did they come? Because I don't think it was it just in the head? This? No, it should be every character has these. We'll see. Make sure these are the creatures. Okay, yeah, this is their different values. It almost looks like I got some like weird like food on this one or something. So I played my copy and had like pea soup or something. Symbol glossary. So this is kind of like your helper sheet that you would have out. That's cool. I dig that. That's awesome. And then the time counter. Oh, very cool. All right, all right, all right. Yep, okay, I remember these. You get a fairly nice booklet. There was a fair amount there. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Ooh, we got minis and a cup. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, let's see. Vila's Booklist Forest of Radgost. Kickstarter exclusive. Oh, my gosh, guys, look at this. Oh, that's awesome. Is this just art? Is this art and stories? How do I meet Vila? Look for the butterfly. Oh, this is cool. There's a whole deck of it. Very interesting. Okay, different options depending on what happens. Okay, all right. Cool, cool, cool. Very neat. I dig that. Selected literature. Awesome. Okay. Nice little gameplay thing there. Okay, now here, looks like it did get roughed up a little bit because I imagine that's where that card was. And that got, you see the little white there? This is the Book of Encounters, and it's much thicker, as you can see. And it's probably just chock full of amazing art. I love this art. When I played, they didn't have all of the art there. And then just different things you can do with them depending on a whole lot of factors. A lot of fun, though. And you can see it's oh geez, that's like classic D&D stuff looking there. I love that. That is cool. Very cool. Yeah, these are just super neat. Super neat. And now they all have minis too. I'm super excited about that as well. Wow. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, this is just awesome. And the little stories that you kind of encounter, really, really neat stuff. Oh man, like the freaking Cyclops werewolves. What the heck was that going on? What was going on there? My goodness. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, the little bird there. Oh yeah, no good there. Okay. Whew. All right. Awesome. Let's take a look here. Let's see what this is. Player character stuff. Take a look. Well, let's look at her. Let's see what she has here. Okay, so this is kind of what I was expecting of because the kids, right? I saw that separate. It was because I guess they can't have these. I forgot about these, but I do like the little slots. So you'll have the bag, and then you'll have like your like equipment, I believe. So that's what all of these are. You'll have your different stats on there too, and what you can do. Are you good at hiding or running or fighting or in communication? Let you guess what his is. Just one guess. That's all you get. So that held into a tray slot right here. So that's nice. At least everything from now down below has an actual tray that can hold different stuff. I don't know. It looks like there's probably stuff underneath this. More minis. Wow. All right. Well, let's take this tray and just move that aside. Oh, this is what's adding all that weight. This is the kind of the butterfly stuff, right? That we saw. Just gonna slide that off now. So they are bent. You can see that here, right? So if I was to move them, there you go. Quite bent, actually. And that's probably because they're a little thin. They're definitely thinner than some others. Actually quite thin. So just be careful when it comes to that. You might be interested to sleeve them. I don't think there's really room though. For these, perhaps, I think you might be okay in here though. I mean, probably not unless they're really penny sleeves, because sleeves often will double and there's not double the space here. But this goes right up to the line of where you're supposed to then start putting these. So it doesn't support it anyway. But as you can see, there's even more art here. There's actually a lot of art when you're going through this stuff. These were all like, oh, this is interesting. What are these? Come out of there. There we are. Okay, this is cool. So these are just like little booklets you almost get in the Giant's Cave. Very cool. Again, you're doing so much stuff here. So much stuff. Now these, let's do the ones that are all open and wrapped. Now let's go ahead and just get them all down. And again, all of these are curved. They do have a slight linen finish, by the way, but they're not super shiny, which I appreciate. So again, more and more stuff. This is so story focused, guys. I'm just really impressed. And it looks like there's more here than what I had, that's for sure. Very cool. Looks like you get a few of those. I'm not going to go ahead. Oh, shoot. What the heck? Okay, maybe I will. This is different. Oh, yeah. Like, this is little booklets for that now. So it looks like each one kind of has these little booklets as well. Each type, at least the two different versions here. The butterflies in this. Very cool. And then this is interesting too. These are overlay tiles. So this will change the map a little bit. And it looks like they have little QR codes on the back as well. I'm not going to go ahead and actually show those in case you are wanting to find out perhaps yourself what could change. What could possibly change? I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Got this in there. These right here. Boom. Look at that for organization. All right, let's go ahead and just, I don't even know. Oh, good, perfect. I love these to get started, assuming I can start them. Sometimes I still can't. Don't judge me. Like right now. Look, I'm working on it, okay? I am a work in progress. Oh, come on. It's supposed to be easy open. You lied to me. All right, you know what? Ooh, need a new blade on. That's dangerous. All right. There we go. Look at that. See, easy. Easy open, right? A lot of cards. A lot of them, that's for sure. Again, it is kind of unfortunate they're as skinny as they are. You can tell the color of them pretty easily, I would say. And yeah, there's just a whole lot of different. Not everything has a picture, but a lot of them do. I don't know who their artist is, but I do really appreciate their style. Look at that, he's so tiny, so cute. You hoped a turtle. It thanks you and wishes you a safe journey. Aww. See, stuff like that. My kids love that. Oh, this is great. I'm gonna show them this. They're gonna be so excited to have this again. Awesome. Yeah, lots of food and animals. Also, there's some plants in that one. Looks like those plants are continued over here, and then they go into the yellow. Wonder if any of these gonna be easy open, or am I just kind of screwed? Knowing my luck. Yeah, I'm not sure any of these are actually, or I'm just not doing it right. Is there another spot somewhere I'm just not aware of? I don't know. Oh, look, I try. Oh, this is probably really easy just undoing it right here. Probably don't even need a knife. Imagine that. Okay. All right, come on. I want to see what's on the yellow cards. Okay. Yep, more plants. Oh, look at the little tiny fish. I dig it. Little different locations. Oh, a horse, a white horse. My oldest daughter would love that. She loves horses. Okay, this is magic object, food. We got quite a few of those magic object, plant, stuff like that. Let's get this in there. Let's go ahead. There's some bag items here. Yeah, I guess we may as well just complete that, right? Let's just go ahead. And again, I'm not showing every card or anything like that. I'm trying not to. One of the interesting things is to just kind of see what you come across. And that's kind of one of those things where it's like, you can't really min-max because you don't know what's even possible. Right? You have no idea what's out there or what kind of things you're going to see. So it's really nice to be able to do that. Path metamorphosis. Interesting. And then these almost look like Oh, I don't know, like little story bits or stuff, or again, more magic objects and stuff like that. Okay, so the last one here, guys, we are almost to minis already. That's exciting. And that freaking cup. Who's excited about that cup? I think for a game like this, I think it's perfect. You see, I would have wanted just one of these little things to work. Oh. This one's gonna work, guys. Good. Look at that. That's how you're supposed to do it. And honestly, I probably could have all the others. Well, other people could have. I probably did suck. Okay, these are personal missions that you can get. I remember that. And we get more things, magical objects and stuff like that you can find. Lots of different story bits and whatnot. All sorts of cool stuff you don't want to ruin. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Put this tray aside. Oh, there we are. And let's look at some minis. Okay, interesting. This is all one tray. So, it does have a lid. It doesn't have any dimples on there, but it sits fairly flat. And it does have these kind of flare out things, but I don't think that's going to scrape any of the sides. I didn't hear any scraping, so that's good. Let's take this out first. Oh, man. Okay, so we got little clips to track your different values. And then it looks like we got some dice and this really fun leather-bound cup. That's really cool. It's really soft in there. Oh, man, look at these dice, guys. I'm excited. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, love it. These are cool. These are awesome. Okay, so here I'm gonna zoom in more so I don't have to like lift it up too bad. There you go. But look at the like little kind of chips and gouges in them and stuff like that. Now that might very well make it imperfect, but so do these rounded corners. That's why casinos use completely straight edged. So it's exactly even on each side. But these have indentations, they have rounded corners. It makes them roll more. And they're different shapes too, but I love the little nicks and stuff in there. The paint job also, I would say, looks really good. I'm not seeing anything kind of really spill out too bad. I think there's a little bit, there's like a little dot there, and a little bit on the sides here that are perhaps a bit too much. But honestly, that is it. Otherwise, these look pretty darn good. Fairly smooth application, a little bit less right there, but not too bad. Then perhaps a line there, I'm not quite sure. A little bit more would have been nice there. But overall, I mean, even these bigger pictures are showing up really well. And zoom out so I'm not like, that's what you want. Haha, I win, I guess. Very, very cool. Oh, also, this lining here, notice that it's not super loud. Right? That wasn't too loud at all. A lot of times, if you put it in like a regular cup, it's really loud. And then these, it looks like this is perfectly, not perfectly white, fairly white, a little off-white. And this, to me, this looks like a different color than this. And then these are this kind of like marbled gray that looks super cool. I dig this. That's just fun, guys. I love that. I love that. Very cool. I get a cup. I'm excited. All right. Problem is that means there's nowhere to really put these clips. There's no designated area. All right. Let's take a look at some minis. Oh man, there are so many. Okay. I'm going to put this here. And we're just going to go one by one. I don't see any repeats, by the way. I mean, they're just all here. Okay. And zoom in. Not too much, otherwise I'm going to lose you. All right. Love how skinny this guy is. Let's see, and the base is a little warped. It's all PVC base. It's slightly warped. You see a little bit of a wobble there, but not too bad. And again, this was not a miniature heavy game either. And it's also not a miniature focused game. But, I mean, this looks fun. This looks great. Definitely multi-piece, right? There's a different piece here and a different piece here. And then, of course, there's the main mini itself. So it looks like 3 pieces. Inside of here is an interesting texture, I would say. But I love how deep this goes. I really dig that. And then the little face is interesting, of course. So this is unfortunate, though, this right here. So he's holding it by the chain, but chains are really hard, right? In my opinion, it almost would have been better to probably thicken the chain, make it kind of almost cartoonishly thick, than to fill it in like this. Now, you can often cut this out, though it is fairly thick. It's actually not that bad. Or, I mean, like it's a pretty good thickness, right? It's like this. Or you can paint it black. You can do that as well, but often that looks kind of dumb because normally you would just see through him, right? So that is up to you, I guess, to decide what you want to do. All right, put him back in. Let's take a look at the old hag lady. All right, so a little bit of a mold line here, but not bad at all. She's offset, which is awesome, even on this little base here. I don't know what the little notch here is for. I don't recall what that is for. Not quite as wobbly at all. Let's see. This is quite flat, but there's a little bit of a lip there. I'll deal with that. It's fine. There's a gap here. I appreciate that. So far, this is looking good. Her hands look great. They look really good. They're a little bit exaggerated, but not too bad. There's a tiny bit of fill perhaps there, but nothing too bad. I love her tongue and her face, her little pointy nose. Look at her nose. My goodness, that nose. The hood looks cool. I dig that. Whatever the heck she's holding on her back, that's interesting. Yeah, this looks good. I do that. The chain is very well detailed. This whole second arm here, I think, kind of interesting. It feels to me like it's a little bit shinier, which would lead me to think it's slightly ABS. It's not pure ABS, I can tell you that much. But it might have an ABS mix in it to make it a little bit tougher. Perhaps you can see a little bit of that mold line going up there. But yeah, no, this looks good. I actually really dig that. There's a lot of gaps there. It wasn't all filled in or something like that. All right. I got this guy here. Love the shield design. The inside of the shield is completely flat though, which I'm typically not a fan of. In fact, it doesn't even have like armbands that his arms going through. And normally when you have a shield, there's like a little thing you can hold it with. And his hands is kind of flat against it, which is a little awkward, I think. See, the sword attached is fairly okay. You see this often where it like doesn't match reality, right? Because it's just like in video games, right? Digital files can clip through each other, and you can see that here. See how thick this is? And you see how the cape starts going into it to where it's barely even there at all. It's like it molds into his leg, which is kind of weird. Additionally, he has this cape here, but they had to fill it in straight in the back there, right? So it's not caved in at all. I would have preferred this to be flowing slightly just so it would go against his legs, so it would look more natural than it is straight up and down there. But they did that to make it a little bit cheaper. That's kind of the whole point of that. See, the fur on this is pretty strong here, but then it kind of goes away here to just about nothing. I don't know if that's necessarily design wise or not. I do like the little design there, though. That looks cool. And also like that the sword goes all the way down there. That's also cool. So some very faint but detailed texture there, and a tiny bit of the chainmail as well. I do like it that he's looking off to the side. I think that's cool. All right, now we got this weird lady thing. This is the one that's all in black or something like that. Let's see, very long neck. That's creepy. This blade is actually quite skinny. I appreciate that. It's not super fat, though it's also not really bent or anything like that. So a little bit extra support here. I'm okay with that, actually. Her feet are weird, by the way. Same with her hands. I don't know if I like that at all. It is connected here, and that helps kind of make it not so wobbly like this one. But I do like, again, the separation here. Makes it seem like it's multiple pieces when really only this back part is here. Kind of see the line there, but it handles it well. Overall, and the face looks cool too. A little expressionless, but it looks good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this so far. Again, better than I expected for a game that is not really about the minis at all. Okay, so the assembly here I think is a little bit rougher. And I think part of the problem might be that I think that's sculpted well, but over here you get these ridges and then you just get kind of lines here. So it's kind of a transition between styles as well. And I think unless there's a big connection, I don't know. I don't think it really works out too well. It looks good though. It looks good. I dig it. I really like the in-between here. Like that's cool. And that face, my goodness, that's creepy. Now this is interesting. What is this? Is this supposed to be some huge thing and this is a life-size person? Or is this like some weird doll thing? Because I don't know. I guess I'm a little indifferent. If there are big entities, I would rather them be big. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there with that little guy. Though maybe the story would explain or some lore. All right, this is probably the one they showed the most often. The little kind of I am Groot, Treebeard kind of looking guy here. He's just has his staff nestled in between him and his body, his arm and his body, which I think is super cool actually. Now this is kind of a bummer, but as you can see, his fingers have kind of melted together a little bit. Like and the same was right here. You can see kind of where it was supposed to be. Just didn't come out very well. That's unfortunate. And then additionally, it gets really flat here. I'm not sure why. I don't know what I'm looking at here and why that's so flat. It's like they forgot to put the detail. But otherwise, I think this looks really cool. I dig that. It's weird that you would think his head would go here, but instead it's outreached here. Like weird and cool, I guess I should say. Weird and cool. Well, I would describe a lot of things, I suppose. All right. This is a cool one, guys. I dig this one. Super cool. Not too wobbly. I appreciate that. I like the fact that there's little things on their base as well. Oh man, yeah. So his shoes do kind of blend into the base, and whenever there are single sculpt like this, that can often happen. This whole thing isn't, but I mean the feet are attached to the base. It's almost like they're building the terrain off of the base, but it happens to be the person. It is assembled here. I think that's a smart spot for it with the big belt there. Speaking of the belt, it gets a little soft in detail here, and here with the belt and bone almost seeming to merge. This second part, though, on top, I think is a little bit more detailed, actually. Love the fact that there's a gap between his bones there. Love the fact that he's holding a head, and he's holding it in a weird way, too. It's kind of offsetting. I like the offset shoulder pad as well. Just overall, a very cool looking mini. All right, and then, oh, look, she's so happy. I like it. She's got like a little flower there, a little bit of a mold line here. The hair coming down here, the little embroidery on the bottom, a little apron thing, and some knapsacks and stuff. Just a fun mini. And again, connection point here, and then all of this keeps this from getting too bendy, which I really appreciate that. The connection to her head specifically, I think was a smart deal. And I love the bird as well. But yeah, a lot of this I think is actually quite well crafted. All right, let's just work our way the other way. A little fish man here. Look at this. I love his big old hands. I dig that. And again, his whole body's kind of turned, and then his arms are outstretched back, and he's looking to the left. I like that. These little tiny guys here, adorable. I freaking love that. That's awesome. That's a cool guy. I dig it. I like him a lot, actually. All right, then we got. Oh, here's the little girl. So here's the little boy. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume. Love how boyish he looks. Love the big ears, the bowl cut, a little bit of a parting there, tilting the head side. I did that every time I took a picture as a kid. His inside of the shield is textured, so I appreciate seeing that. I love his like his little simple clothes and a little sword, and that's it. That's all you need. What else is there? All right, another lady here. I don't know who this is. That hair though is wild. I dig that. We do have mitten hands now on this one, and also the fingers are barely noticeable. This reminds me a bit of Madara quality. I wonder if the same manufacturer made this. I would say yes. Kind of what I guess. But if you have Madara minis, These are about equivalent as far as I can tell. Okay, again, I think the staff, very well put there. I think it's a good separation between the guy and the staff as well. And again, with these shields, I love the wood texture on this. And I love how the wood is changing a lot in the texture as well. It's not like it's all necessarily the exact same wood, which I appreciate. Okay, here's another of the creepy long-fingered ladies here. This person, though, has this like magic with this fish coming out, which is super cool, whatever this ball thing is. And you can kind of see these vines coming from the floor. She kind of walks forward. Just a very cool, looks like ears, and it almost looks like they have piercings, which would be kind of interesting, but I think they're just textured. Got all these runes and stuff like that. Interesting. Creepy a little bit. Oh man, we were talking about hair. Look at this. Okay, so this is like a little water spirit kind of thing, I believe. Love the little stuff going on here. Love this swirl too on this side. But look, there's nothing over here. It's completely flat. And again, completely on this side. So this texture is only right here on this left side and top side. Now that might be on purpose, right? Because there's also texture here. So it might just be like rune stuff as opposed to actual hair. I'd have to look at the art, but I think painting could almost make that more intuitive. A lot of people think, painting wood is just kind of nice, but sometimes I think it really is almost necessary. One of the playable characters, I believe, this is the lady. Very skinny kind of base. Interesting there. And hollow all the way up to about here. Love the apron. I think that's my favorite. And just the little fingers poking out. Very fun. All right, now this is a tiny little dwarf. Not much to say except that's a great buckle. There's a mushroom, of course, and he looks awesome. I dig it. Little tiny dwarf guy. All right. And got this guy here, I believe another playable character. Love the little potion on the bottom there. I think that's cool. And again, this isn't too fat. It's about as fat as I would actually want it if I have a say-so in it. And again, very cartoony, blocky beard as well. All right, now we have the little girl. And you can tell with that hair, a little bit more obvious. I love the little bit of dishevelment when it comes to these little flyaways and stuff. Like, I really appreciate that. But I also just really appreciate that she has a little stuffed animal too. The facial features are a little soft. Same with the like separation between the top and the bottom of her clothes as well. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? All right. This is fun. Well, I think it's supposed to be a top. It's a very cool top. But I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to do that, and then I landed on P. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Or I landed on whatever that is. I don't think it's really supposed to keep spinning. It's supposed to kind of stop, my understanding. I bet that's what it is. Either way, it's very pretty. I did that. It looks like a little bell. Ding, 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 ding. Like, the detail work everywhere, I think, is stellar. Really, really good job on that. Look at this one. My goodness, what is going on here? Wow. So this guy, and again, he looks a little small, perhaps. Is all scrunched up. I mean, that's probably why he looks small. A little beard and bald and all that. And then this starts coming out. It's like crazy mist stuff. Like, what the heck is going on there? I do not know. That is crazy. That's all I know. Let's see what we've seen here. Let's go to him. All right. I love this. This is like a classic adventurer. Did that little rusty sword, little nick in it there. But it's a big sword, right? Big old pommel. Got the little knapsack stuff. He's ready to go into the forest. Go hunting. Find those kids. Not hunting for the kids. That'd be like scary. All right. Here's a little kind of werewolf guy. Again with the tongue. And that mouth is really open. I love the piercing. The weapon, also fantastic. I think it looks great. It looks really good. Same with that hand. The hand looks good too. This was a good model. One of my favorites of the match so far. All right. Oh, look at that. We got a bow with a string. Look at that. A bow with a string. What a concept. multi-piece. So see, this was all one, but then they actually made this as a separate one. And I think a lot of times it's because they're adding some ABS mix in there. Because it looks often to me that it's more shiny. I have noticed this as well. Anyone that's not looking forward is looking off to the left. And that's just like universal. So he's sitting here a little bit to the left. That is every single one so far. And as always, when it's one sculpt, the feet and the base are a little one, it seems. This is fun. Look at this thing. It's a crazy looking wings. What the heck is going on here? Look at its neck. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh. I mean, I dig it. It's unique. It's different. Very stylized, cartoonish looking feathers, by the way. Which is fine. Just something to note. Sometimes you get like ultra textured ones. Sometimes you don't. There we go. All right, we got one more row of the small ones. This is another one they showed off quite often. This symbol right here, palm down and then hand up. You even see like Buddhist sculptures doing that sign. I forget what the sign necessarily means, but it's very, very old. Love the fur cloak here. The helmet's super cool. Even really like the cape. I love how it's pressed. Just looks super neat. Okay, last row of the small guys. A couple big ones, and we are done. This guy is crazy because it's like a reverse centaur, right? He's coming out of the butt. And any like crazy guy with a sword coming out of horse fish thing's butt, yeah, color me interested. It seems like there's a story there. Standing on all fours, very, very stylized mane here, but yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's one of the cooler designs I think I have ever seen. I really like those. Oh, this is fun. And one of those things where I feel like this is smaller to like build stake. So I think this is like a whole yard. This isn't like the planet that Goku trains on after the long path after he dies to Raditz, if you know what I mean. I forget the term of that planet now. Anyway, yeah, this is this little house and this little hill, this gigantic weird snake monster thing. Good luck. Look at the weapon on this guy. Dear Lord. My goodness. Oh, his feet are weird too. He's got like all this splayed toes, and his hands are all really big, and then suddenly like he's got like a whole tree trunk with these giant freaking slabs on for a freaking nasty pounding. Crazy. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Stop flipping over. Come on. This one's hard to get out, guys. Oh, it's like all rounded. Anyway, this guy, not very good assembly. It doesn't disassemble well, if that makes sense. I don't think it's necessarily the fact that, oh no, it's glued in like the wrong spot. It's just very obvious. I think it is. There's nothing really hiding it there or trying to, I think, reduce it too much. All this freaking laying out here, though, dang. Just dang. All right, this little fish guy, the 3 heads. Yeah, see, so he's supposed to be massive. This is a little house here, and a little house here. Very cool. Very cool. And the tail's separate too. Okay, all right. Very smooth texture. Last one of the small tray. Oh man, can't get it out. Oh, no, I guess we don't get to see him. Oh well. Come on. Some of these are really hard to get out. There we are. Look at this guy. Freaking meat sack of potatoes. My goodness. Look at that belly. Looks pregnant. The mouths are really creepy, especially this middle one here. But also the one kind of towards the side arm there too. And look at the skulls. They look super cool. I love this one. He's got like a raised eyebrow in his skull form, which I think is just all sorts of something special. Alright. There are a few small ones in this top level one. Like this, which again, smaller person here. And it almost looks to be the same. Oh, let's see. It almost looks to be like... Where is he? Where are you? Hello? Hello? Which one's you? Which one's you? Can't hide forever. Here we go. Told you it was right there. No, but they do look similar. Different hair. Never mind. But even then, like, do you see this head size difference? He's smaller. There's no doubt about it. Like, unless he's like a pygmy person, and that's why he's dead. I don't know. The cloth, though, however, as always, looks exquisite. Very good. Alright, I'm surprised it took me this long to get to the wolves, but here we are. Sort of. I don't know. These are not wolves. What are they? I don't know. Kind of interesting. They have like these manes that go back and these big old like elf ears. That's what's going on there. Very interesting. I love the pose with the arm in front of each of them. All right, we got the top of a little dragon. Super cool. I dig that. I can dig the wings. That looks awesome. Looks properly menacing. These horns. My goodness on those as well. Yeah, that's super cool. Even the coiled in there. He doesn't have any scales in there. But you can just say, I guess it's upside down. All right, briefly showed this guy. Here's a little ogre guy. And again, he must be huge because this is a house in a tree. Right, so he's this massive, massive guy. This big old weapon here. And he doesn't like certain things. Hopefully not your face. All right, now we got to zoom out a little bit because we got some much bigger minis here. Which I'm actually fairly surprised to see. These are quite big. Love the puppy. This, by the way, this beard and the big old eyebrows and the elf ears coming out looks freaking sweet. So does this freaking staff. Looks super cool. It's got a peg leg. Also super cool. The cape isn't too thick. In fact, no part seems to be really too thick. The wolf biting the skull here, fan-freaking-tastic is what that is. This is actually one of my favorite ones. I love it. Hopefully he's holding his puppy. Last one, guys. Also the biggest. Boom. There it is. So it's just a bigger version of that guy. Let's see if I can find him real quick. Hello, where are you? Here he is. So here's the difference. There is some difference. Here there's, oh no, it's there. It's just barely visible. It shows up a lot better here. Just plain cool, guys. That's what this is. All right. That is Forza Radgost. There was a lot here. My favorite by far is the cup with the cool dice. I really dig that. Let me know what you think about something. This is very indie, very, very indie, and very, very charming, if you ask me. So definitely having fun with that. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.